Yeah, little prof here. And played a little bit of Call of Duty tonight. Had some fun. Had some horrible games. My god, Packet Burst is back in that game. It's as bad as Modern Warfare 2 right now. It's rare that there's a game that I don't have it. We have a giant stack of packages. I may have ordered a couple things over the they're not like Black Friday sales, but they went on sale around this time. Most of which, if I recall correctly, is all things that I already had in my list to take care of, pick up, etc. So here's one thing that on my previous Home Depot video I said I was going to do. Got the same case Milwaukee uses for their own set of masonry / carbide multi-purpose bits. There you go. So now I did find out I am missing 7/32, and it is one of the ones that's only available in the masonry bit, not the all-purpose. So I'll get another red guy in here. And yes, I needed a double-sided, even though there would have been enough spaces. The 1/2 inch and the, what is that? That's a 7/16, right? They're wide enough to take up more than one spot. And I did also find out that anything above the 1/2 inch doesn't have the 1/4 inch hex drive on it. So obviously can't put it in here, but I do need to pick up a 7/32 or 7/16. 3/16. It'd be 7/32. So it's gonna go right here, or right there. I just kind of spaced these out, and then this is my one Bosch back here. That is just a 1/8 inch standard cheaper guy. So, and then some of you might have been worried, like, oh, you're not gonna have enough to fill this up or whatever. Well, by ditching all of the inserts for here, because there were 2 and 2, I now have, I need to buy more extra inserts because I now have 4 extra inserts. So far that's working out great. Because this worked exactly as intended. Now normally I go around the seams here with a yellow paint marker, and around here, since that's my color. And then I do have my one of those engravers. Usually engrave and then fill it in with paint marker, and then I might put on here carbide concrete bits or carbide, or I don't know, something. But so hopefully with my longer extensions, this bigger case goes just as well. If it turns out I don't need this old one, I'll buy another one of these, because this is a much more manageable size. And then we got this thin one if you have like a specific set you want to put together. This one to me, because like if you're already storing this, right? Is that really that much smaller? I don't know about that. So, I did put the hammers away just before this video. Here, we can do this handheld Legend one. I need the oh geez, I need the DeWalt carbides. You might be asking, well, why aren't you using the letter openers? It's right off camera here. Well, because if you didn't see the previous video, with squares, we got a new, actually got 3 of them. What did I just knock the fuck down? That sounded awful. Oh. That was my USB cable I need to get. Alright. So that's TK Stash, or what I call the Tuck XXL. So we gotta fill that guy up. Obviously. Oh, that was my knee. That's a different crunch. Now, so first one would go on the front here, and since the blade's on this side, the blade's gotta be on this side. When you put the, it can hold 2 extra ones. And you're saying, well, don't you have 2 other ones? Yeah, I got the black gun here, black anodized. This is brass, and the yellow and the black and pink were supposed to be delayed. And they said, oh, we're gonna get the brass out quicker because we don't need to finish it. And as soon as it comes off the line, we'll get them. So I was like, fine. Then I ordered 3 because they were on such a good deal. Maybe shouldn't have done that, but hopefully I'll find some friends to say offload like it's a bad thing. But it's a really nice knife from Tactical Keychains. Alright, so there's one blade. I don't know about the ones in the rear. You guys might want to, I'm wiping them off with a little microfiber. You guys might want to leave them greased, you know, because then they won't rust theoretically in the handle if you get it a little wet. My issue is when it comes time to swap them out, I don't know if I'll have something to wipe them down. Right? So that guy goes in there. That guy goes in there. Oh, and I did find something out that these are the screws that come with, because these actually have the TK Stash screws. They're shorter than the ones that came on my original ones, because that was not the TK Stash clips. They're the same clip, they just come with different screws. So what that means is, oh god, this thing's a weapon on its own. You could just bop, knock somebody out. Look at that nice. It's smooth too. It's just a smooth bar of brass. That thing's gonna patina real nice. And I got 2 more of those. Oh, they were too good price-wise to pass up. Oh, now what's in here? Well, I contacted Handheld Legends, and they sent over, looks like some stickers. But that is not why, because I ordered the case for my GameCube controller. I don't think it's anything necessarily amazing. Let's unzip it. But it actually looks closer to a Switch case than it does a GameCube. To me. But here is my custom GameCube controller. I can put at least one, if not a couple, cables up in there. Probably the A to C. Ooh. I don't know if I like that. It pushes, this netting is so stiff. Listen. What the heck? So it's supposed to go the other way then? No. You can't fit the GameCube this way. So it definitely goes this way. I gonna have to message him back and be like, hey, I did get the case, but do you realize that, look at that, it stresses the, let me grab a Switch Pro controller, see if that fits much better. Because that was their original product, was like a modified Switch Pro controller. About the same. It's much lower profile though. Still hits the netting, but that's a much better fit. If I were to keep this, I would probably cut out, you know, take this guy here and cut it out. I don't know that I'm going to be using it though, because at least for the GameCube, like I intended, because here. I don't want it holding that stick down the whole time. Bah. So I finally get my thing I ordered, and it's really for the Switch, probably this original Switch controller, and Switch 2. Kitten was getting right now, so I'll have to send him a clip of what we just did, and yeah, rough. So you can tell it doesn't, touches a little bit on the Switch controller, but that's also the Switch, not the Switch 2 controller, not the Switch controller. All right, so what do we got here? Okay. Oh, yep, okay. So these guys were on sale. Let's take a look at them real quick. Might make a separate video on them. And then I have the Steelbook variant of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.11. This went on sale. This is just the Blu-ray, not the 4K Blu-ray. It went on sale for Black Friday. I mean, it's not Black Friday yet. Black November? That's basically 3.0 plus 1.0, which is 4.0. The only one that they have not re-released in the US is 3.33, or the third movie. Apparently that's in some weird limbo. So, hope they get it. Egan. Around you have Egad. So these are supposed to be some decent flush cutters. I mean, they're flush all right. I mean, they're not as flush as the Tsunodas, because they're actually like reverse flush. So look at this. They actually start going away. They're not even just flat. They start, you know, and there is no bevel on this side at all. Whereas on here, you can see a little bit of a, so I wouldn't call these like an ultra flush. In a previous video, I was kind of going over my Lindstroms and the difference between a flush cut and an ultra flush. These are actually a little rusty on the tip as well. Would you like to know how much these are though? $5. Normally 10. They regularly go on sale for $5. And they're bigger too. So that's another thing that a lot of people will buy the Mako cutters. These cheapies even, like these tool shop cheapies, they're up to like $3 now. So the fact that you can get this, I'm gonna have to try them out. Maybe we'll make a dedicated video on it if I have a bunch of tools in here. We'll cover them. For $5 on sale. Yeah. CRV. Not too shabby if you ask me. Gotta be made in China. Made in PRC. Yeah, that's People's Republic of China. But yeah, it's like a using anti-rust oil. Yeah, mine's still rusted on the tip there. That's right. So let's keep that. Let's grab another box. Whoa. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep. I think this had to change name. This used to be called the Denali. It was on sale. I want to say it was 20 bucks for this guy here. 4-volt stick screwdriver. We're probably going to have a whole video on this. A bunch of you wanted me to look at it. Contains one set. Amazon Basics. Used to be Denali because Amazon was trying to get into tools with their own brand. I believe that's now just been made into Amazon Basics. Now, this green in here is the Denali colorway. And this supposedly is made and designed by Skill, which means it shouldn't be an utter piece of shit like the DeWalt we've had on here. Ha 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 tee hee. Well, I mean, it's got some heft in the front end. So I think in order to do that justice, we are going to have it's got some juice in it. You can see the light there. We're gonna have to have a dedicated video for this to do it justice. Supposedly, when Torque Test Channel tested it, holy shit, I didn't know it comes with a little extension and bits. It was like one of their strongest contenders, at least on their first run of electric screwdrivers. The DeWalt wasn't in there, nor was the Bosch. And that would have been the Gen 2 Bosch. I still don't know if they did the DeWalt on the second pass of those, because maybe they did the new DeWalt, but they definitely didn't do the old 8-volt gyroscopic that you guys love seeing. Here's my refurb. The listing for the refurb is actually pulled off of Amazon now. We might have to, maybe I need to make a business of importing these off AliExpress for y'all and reselling them. I'll have to see what the tariff situation looks like, because they do exist out there. Like, China has these and they're not fake. I know DeWalt's gonna want you to think they're fake. You know, we've been over this. If it's a refurb, they're using DeWalt parts to refurb it, and if that's the case, that's got to be as good as new. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but effectively, it is / would be. Wow, that was packaged well, wasn't it? Picked this up. One of you guys was, I forget who it was, but you picked up the cable and really liked it for the balanced audio cable that I looked at with my M1s, which is the Geek-Ria cable. Also would work for the M1 ST. In this case, that person picked it up for the Sony MV1s, right? Which are these right here. Now, what they asked for, because we went over the Geek-Ria case and a bunch of other stuff, they're like, okay, so do you know of a case for the MV1? And I was like, I mentioned it. It wasn't in that. There must not have been in that video, but I've mentioned in other videos that, as far as I could tell, nobody made a case for the MV1s. Amazon says that the Geek-Ria case would fit MV1s. It does not. The MV1s are thicker than the M1STs and the M1s, right? But this case from LLTEGM is specifically made for, it's the only one that I could find online at least, for the MV1s. Now let's shrink it down because it looks like we might be able to start. I use it on 4. So I'm not going to be able to store this extended. It wants to fit in here. You do have to collapse it. But it does fit the MV1s with a little pouch. Also, this pouch is nowhere near as taut as that controller case pouch, right? Look at that. So no issues. Even if it pushes on there a little bit, I'm not worried because it's nice and stretchy. Unlike the controller case, which was taut along there. So I'm quite happy about that. It kind of holds it reverse to a Geekria, where and it's probably easier to put this strap because of where the zipper is back here. But Geekria does manage to, because now when you're grabbing your headphones, they're upside down, which is, and backwards, right? Because that's the left cup. Kind of awkward. But if you're like me and you were looking for an MV1 case, maybe I will make a dedicated video on this, real short one, just because this is a product that up until this point didn't exist, and I can probably demonstrate really quick thickness wise. There you go. Ignore that fat part up there right now because it's full of cables. There we go. All right. Versus that. You can see there's a little bit of height difference there, just like there was in there. Now up here it's pretty hefty because I have cables in here that actually go with the M1ST, and technically these go in here like that. Now this is where I like, because the cables should end up here. This LTGM, because it's upside, ooh, this is even worse. Normally this sort of pocket would be fine because it's going to go like this and it'll hold it, right? Think about it this way though. That pocket is now upside down. It's just going to dump all of its contents everywhere. Also, this is 2 cables. If you just put one in there, you'll probably be better off. See, like this is much more compact once I'm not stuffing it with every cable under the sun. And I guess to prove a point, we can try and put the MV ones in here. See? Too thick. I bet you could squish it. But what that's going to do is it's going to squish your pads here. Whereas in this case, this insert they made, I might not even go all down all the way. Maybe let's try 2 clicks. 1, 2. Two is probably even too much. 1. Yeah, I like 1. There is room up here for a cable, but you can see the pouch. They're just going to dump out. So that is, like I said, I could tell from the videos that this is not as nice of a quality case as this Geekria. Like this felt in here is rougher than this, but I know this stands up well. I have many Geekria cases. This is almost like too soft, if that makes sense. I do like that it's molded directly to the headphones. There's plenty of clearance. Pouch is kind of on the wrong side. Because you want it to align with that hole there, right? And if it's kind of already flung the cables. But I'm happy to have a case, period. Somewhere on here I need to put MV1, so it's just not a standard black case. And it's just that little bit thicker than this Geekria one that's designed for the M1ST. Also, obviously fits the M1 because the M1 just has slightly thicker ear cups that are very similar to the Vaxi, or not Vaxi. My brain's farting. Yaxi, they're very similar. See, there's just a... See, it's a little domed up here, too? Like, this has play in it still, too. Like, there's room. Whereas this guy, with the thicker pads on the M1ST, is, like, that's solid. And when I had those extra cables in there, it was, like, real tight. Real tight. I do need to mark up my M1ST with red and my M1 with blue because they have the same case. Hard to tell the difference there. We got a couple more. So that case worked out. I want to say on sale. That one was also on sale for Black Friday. It may have been on sale that price normally. I am unsure. But it's $20, which that's cheaper, even cheaper than a Geekria, I think. Okay. Door stopper. Good, good. Ooh. This is another one for that tool video. Set of Vessel micro screwdriver set. Why is this a big deal? Because this is all the Phillips. Or at least it should be. Not Phillips, up JAS, JCIS. They even show it on an iPhone. There's a good reason for that, because those use technically JCIS screws. Oh, I tore it. Sorry to future viewers in the other video. They pack these really damn tight. So Philip, or not Philip, JCIS, crosshead. Oh God, that's not gonna come out nicely, is it? Nope. They make one of them seem like it's slotted there, but it shouldn't be, because it should be quad zero, very rare. The only other set with a quad zero, that's the reason why I got this, is my Craftsman set. Even my iFixit only goes down to 000. So check that out. We'll do a... Now these are like the worst quality vessels. This one on sale for normally 20, I think, roughly. You went for 13, or it was like $6 off, I want to say, with a coupon. So, and what I mean by cheapest, I'm sure the head is, yeah, this is the wrong picture. So you have to go off what they're saying here. And I think that's what made it tough for me, right? Because up here, flat head, JCIS, flat head, Hexer Torx. You gotta ignore the picture. You gotta look at that, because that's what we want. We want one Phillips number one. That is, or not Phillips number one. Sorry, JCIS number one. You're gonna use that on Dells because they use JCIS. All the way up to quad zero, which is very rare. Quad zero is, like I said, the only other set that I have that has a quad zero is my Craftsman set from the late 90s. Here. Even this guy, here you go. Wiha 000. That's the smallest guy. That's actually why I ended up buying the Craftsman Precision set. Like I chose, ended up, not only could I just go into Sears and buy them, but I needed a Quad Zero for something. All right, so this is a door stopper. Guess what? We fixed one of our doors, and oh my god, people have said these get beat to fucking hell, and they are right. This is all nicely wrapped up. I'm pretty sure I got a return, because you can see there's like a line here to there. What the fuck? But what this? That's the adjuster. Why is this not in? Somebody repackaged this. Yeah, that should be in there. Because it's what locks that. This goes on the door. This goes on the wall. Or vice versa. Actually, I probably do this on the door so you don't have something sticking out of the door the whole time. People saying that magnet's not strong. I don't know what they're cracked out of their mind. So that's the whole point, is that not only is this a bumper, there's a spring in here. Right? It's also a magnet, so once it hits this, it'll hold it open. Oh. You gotta disassemble that to mount it. You have to do a lot of measuring. And then this goes in back here to lock, because this screws out or in, right? But that is exactly what we need, because we were gonna put one at the top of the door, but I remembered why we weren't doing that, because the top of the door ones really only let your door open 90 degrees. This door needs to open like 180. So you guys are probably like, oh, door stoppers, why that's important? Well, you now know about this guy, which is, I think, a really nice one. Hey, dude. King Artie, where you going? King Arthur James is here. Hey, dude. What's up? Come here. Come here. King Arthur. King Artie James. You were over here. I know you were trying to get attention. Now you're playing coy. Yeah? You're like, no, I don't want attention now yet. That's not why I was over there. Bullshit. But yeah, I bought that for our garage. For up there. It'll hold it open for us effectively. I mean, very regularly, like taking groceries in, and like lifting anything in and out of the house, etc. Need it to like the door to stay open. All right. Well, we're still missing some, I think. So we'll have to do that video on the drill bits later on. We can show you this one for now. This is a cobalt hex drill bit, right? Let's do a 2x zoom. Right. What these are, and I used to have a set of stubby drill bits a long time ago. I want to put these in one of my I should have one extra DeWalt case around here someplace. And you actually need to buy 2 sets. There's 2 5 pieces that get you all the sizes you need, right? If you want imperial sized drill bits, which as many metric fasteners and bolts we have around here, I have no metric drill bits. I'm just really realizing this. Stubby length. There should be a second pack of these coming, because this is 3/32, 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, 5/16. Basically, they have the other set in between there as a separate one. And that seems to not be here yet. Must be been delayed. Maybe it'll be in the mail tomorrow. And then in here, we have the big boy, the 1/2 inch. There you go. What's kind of interesting about these is they're real stubby. Most of what I do is just going through, like, you could still use this to go through a 2x4 with an extension as well, easily enough, you know, because it'd be slimmer than the 1/2 inch, right? But most of what I need to do is punch through, you know, like maybe this tabletop here, or, you know, it's stuff like that width maximum, or it'd be like a computer case, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So these small stubby guys are, like I said, I used to have a set that I bought at Fleet Farm, wore through them, and they were in a nice little case too, with, like, I want to say it was 5 or 6 different sizes. I didn't have one this big, that's for sure. But then I wore out, because I would use them all the time because they really save space, and they were a bit more of a premium drill bit than a lot of the other ones I was using. So, you know, basically I'd use them anytime I could, because why do I need more drill bit, you know, if you're not going through thicker stuff? Well, found these. The reason why I went with this Drill Force, which is sold under, there you go, Valiant Tool, is there is another one that is probably by a better known brand on Amazon. From what I could tell, they're the exact same bits. Drill Force, however, or Valiant Tool now, as the seller is, right, they will sell you replacement bits, right? So if you go in here and you're like, bro, I snapped my 3/32 bit, right? That's a skinny dude, and I need another one. They'll sell you like a 2 or 3 pack of them, and you're back in business, right? Whereas the other brand did not do that. And I think they also had some like left-handed ones, which could be very useful with screw extractors. You know, just having that smaller size for something like that, I can imagine could be. So maybe I would buy them from that. But if I was going to buy that other brand initially, and then when I need to replace the drill bits, go to this brand for the replacements, why not just buy this brand starting out? And yeah, they do give us like this little hang case, and they make it like, oh, you could use this and blah, blah, blah. You don't want to be fishing out a size. I'm just going to put them in a bit container. You know, in worst case, it's over there. You know, if I don't have a DeWalt, I guess I got plenty of Milwaukees. So, I'll probably make a dedicated video on this once I have the last set of bits there. And then this, you might be able to tell, it is a 29-piece drill bit set. No, not a drill bit set. It is literally just index drill bit case from, I think this is Drill America. There you go. Flip that out, flip that up, flip that up, flip that up. So, and you're like, well, why would you get this? Well, because most of my drill bits now are all different brands. Like I have I can go get them, a Master Force set. Ooh, one set's upstairs. We'll go on a hunt. Paisley Murray. Paisley Murray. Paisley, Paisley, Paisley Murray. Master Force might be wrong. Master Force is Menards. This is it's a common Chinese tool brand. Work Pro. There you go. You're like, if you're buying a cheap Chinesium, you could have worse. And then I have Harbor Freight now. And then I have some, there you go. They actually had a really good deal on these bimetal DeWalt bits on Black Friday. The issue is that they have like, it's like a very specific case. Alright, I was like, I wanted a DeWalt case for those stubby bits. Well, these are coming out of here. So I have this Work Pro set, which is $29, missing quite a few. Some of these we may need to even inspect. That just looks like drywall. Worst case, we'll use the ones from the that's just sawdust. Yeah, if you need a cheap one, you need to get them off Amazon. This Work Pro set's fine. But this case is pretty chonk, right? It's pretty cheap. It's just got like 2 rivets. Not that that one's amazing, but it's more of a traditional, it's like it says index drill bits. But basically, I'm going to take this combined with what is left of my Harbor Freight drill bit set. And also, I was keeping these separate for the longest time. But we're starting to... Paisley! Really? She just knocked like 18 things off the table. Holy shit, kitten. Don't bug Gertrude. Hey! Now you knock another thing off. Can we just not? Ugh. Yeah, you could just let this be. You could. So these, depending how they fit in here, I want to say this was $15 or something. Nothing crazy. So 5/16. 5/16 is right there. So 5/16 is right there. There we go. Yeah, that holds it real nicely. 3/8. A little bit bigger, I'm guessing. Here. This 1/2 inch is the one that I'm wondering if it'll, because it's got this reduced shank. Because a lot of drill bits are only, or a lot of drills are only 3/8 inch chuck. It's got schmoo all over it. Crap. You can also tell that throw it on the ground. DeWalt kind of cheaped out because this is 1/2 inch. This is what I was gonna get rid of anyway. Here. Not only did they give you the reduced shank, they also gave the reduced length. So this is called jobber length, and that's mechanics length. Mechanics length can actually be quite useful for getting into things, but you can just tell on this. Like, here's the other thing in here. Like, I use those 1/8 inch up real quick. They have like duplicates of common sizes, which is fine. It's just What's this guy? 7:30 seconds. 7:30 seconds. Okay. 5:30 second. Basically, I'm just trying to combine these all into one. One case here, and then I'll obviously the DeWalt's are the better ones. If I have something from the Work Pro or my Harbor Freight left, I will I will refill it with that. Once I use that size up from all my sets I do have, I might even have some from like an old Irwin or an old Craftsman set somewhere around here too. Because that's the thing about drill bit sets is you rarely use up all the bits. There's like common sizes, right? It should be noted some of these smaller sizes in here were actually replaced already with the I get those cheap Chinese Cobalt ones off of Amazon. So that's what I'm doing is buy yourself a starter set. Like maybe go in and get the issue with getting the DeWalt is their max is this case, right? The case height. That's why you end up getting the mechanics ones. We ran into this with the fuck, what do you want to call it? I got the Milwaukee case for the masonry concrete multi-purpose carbide bits, right? Basically, you're pressing things. Yeah, she's got to lay there on the Orb Weaver, so then it launches 58 million things. So that is one issue with getting the DeWalt as a base set. They're relatively cheap, right? The thing is on some of the longer ones, like say if you replace that 1/2 inch with like a standard bit, it is longer than the cases, right? So just something to keep in mind. Like a nice set to start with might be the Bosch, or go with like this $20 Work Pro or the $20. Maybe go up a tier from the really cheap Harbor Freight one I have. But then you'll find out pretty quick which ones of those you blow through, and then go on Amazon and like literally for $10 or less, you'll get like a 12 pack of 1/8 inch drill bits. And that is one thing I need to buy is because look, 1/8 inch is out, 1/8 inch is out. I'm realizing I forgot to buy that size from because I was looking for the 1/8 inch. That's when I found out Ludopam, the brand I preferred to buy those from, no longer selling individual replacements. So I had to find I think Narwhal is what I'm going to try. Still in place that order for that 1/8 inch ones though, which means I'm clean out of that small set may have an 1/8 inch, and I think I have some like hex based like older Craftsman ones that are 1/8 inch. So I could get by if I needed to, but not in my full set here. So if you guys enjoyed this video of just going through the packages that came in, throw a like down before if you want to see some of these dedicated videos on some of these products. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. If you want to see Paisley clean her butt and cause more mischief by knocking everything off of here that I haven't put away yet, throw a comment down below. She's just gonna put her paws on the keyboard. Dang kitten. Or catten, as I call it. Alright, hopefully see you in future videos. Peace.